When the Diamondbacks acquired slugger J.D. Martinez from the Tigers on July 19, the Arizona front office likely envisioned a power bat to help protect NL MVP candidate Paul Goldschmidt for the team's first playoff run since 2011. Martinez may not offer much in the way of defense or plate discipline, but he did hit 38 homers for Detroit in 2015 and offered a fearsome option to complement one of the National League's best players. On Monday night in Los Angeles, Martinez reminded the baseball world just how terrifying he can be, and why the Diamondbacks might be one of the most lethal teams in baseball once the postseason arrives. The 30-year-old slugger became the 18th player in Major League history to hit 4 home runs in a game during the Diamondbacks' 13-0 rout of the struggling Dodgers. Martinez joined Reds infielder Scooter Gennett, who clubbed 4 big flies against the Cardinals on June 6, to become the only players to hit 4 homers in a game this season. He now has 18 home runs since joining Arizona and 8 in his last 8 games. Martinez is one of the piping hot hitters on a Diamondbacks team that has won 11 games in a row and hasn't trailed since the second inning during its August 25 matchup against the Giants, now 88 consecutive innings without a deficit. Hitting 4 home runs in a game is a historic feat. Doing so off of 4 different pitchers put Martinez in even more exclusive company. Martinez became the first player to complete the feat since Joe Adcock in 1954, who also did it against the Dodgers. Even better, he hit each of his 4 home runs, none of which were ever in doubt, to different parts of the ballpark. Here's a list of the 18 players to accomplish the impressive feat. Player date: team opponent Bobby Lowe May 30, 1894 Beaneaters Reds Ed Delahanty July 13, 1896 Phillies Colts Lou Gehrig June 3, 1932 Yankees Athletics Chuck Klein July 10, 1936 Phillies Pirates Pat Siri July 18, 1948 White Sox Athletics Gil Hodges August 31, 1950 Dodgers Braves Joe Adcock July 31, 1954 Braves Dodgers Rocky Colavito June 10, 1959 Indians Orioles Willie Mays April 30, 1961 Giants Braves Mike Schmidt April 17, 1976 Phillies Cubs Bob Harner July 6, 1986 Braves Expos Mark Whiten Sept. 7, 1993 Cardinals Reds Mike Cameron May 2, 2002 Mariners White Sox Shawn Green May 23, 2002 Dodgers Brewers Carlos Delgado Sept. 25, 2003 Blue Jays Devil Rays Josh Hamilton May 8, 2012 Rangers Orioles Scooter Gennett June 6, 2017 Reds Cardinals. D. Martinez Sept. 4, 2017 Diamondbacks Dodgers. The first homer off came of Rich Hill, one of only 2 hits that Hill allowed over 6 innings, a towering 2-run shot to left field that gave Arizona a 2-0 lead. It wouldn't surrender. Martinez fended off a well-targeted fastball from Dodgers set-up man Pedro Baez for his second homer of the night, a liner to right field that gave the DBacks a 3-0 lead. Long after the DBacks blew the game open, Martinez tacked onto his total with his 3rd dinger of the night, an arcing shot to center field off of Dodgers reliever Josh Fields to give his team a 7-0 cushion. The closing act came off of a hanging breaking ball from Wilmer Font, making his Dodger Stadium debut, to turn an 11-0 rout into a 13-0 laugher. In the context of 4 homer games, Martinez's performance falls somewhere near the middle. He finished with 16 total bases, he struck out in his first at-bat of the game, and drove in 6 runs, tying Carlos Delgado, Bob Harner, Chuck Klein, Rocky Colavito and Lou Gehrig. What he did do, however, was blow open a game that looked like it was headed for a tight finish between 2 of the National League's best teams. When Hill exited the game after surrendering 2 runs, it didn't feel like a game where an Arizona player would finish with 4 home runs. Arizona starter Robbie Ray and Hill had yielded a total of 3 hits and 2 runs through 6. Ray continued his outstanding season with a career-best 14 strikeouts over 7 shutout innings, earning a game score of 94. He retired his first 15 hitters to outpace Hill, who was just 2 starts removed from narrowly missing a perfect game. Unfortunately for Ray, his best major league outing came on the same night his teammate went for 4 dingers. Once Hill exited, the Dodgers collapsed. Martinez hit his last 3 homers in the game's last 3 innings, pacing an 11-run outburst against a fatigued Dodgers bullpen that tossed 11 innings during their weekend series with the Padres. While Font isn't a player that will make LA's playoff roster, Baez and Fields are near locks, and Arizona has tortured one of the game's finest relief units. At this point, Arizona is overwhelming pretty much anybody they play. Monday marked the Diamondbacks' 4th consecutive win over the Dodgers, their 11th in a row and 13th in their last 14 games. Barring a complete meltdown, they will host the National League wild card game. They currently lead the Rockies by 6.5 games. First-year manager Toriel